For 825, the following resource persons are present. From the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, we have Attorney Maria Katrina Contacto, Executive Assistant 6, Legislative Liaison Officer. Attorney Maureen Villon, Consultant. Mr. Arnal Casas, Assistant General Manager, Gaming Product Development Sector. Mr. Roger Ramirez, Manager, Gaming Technology Department. Ms. Laila Galang, Manager, Product Standards Development Department. And May Cireles, Manager, ITSD. From the Philippine Online Lottery Agents Association Incorporated, or POLAA, we have Evelyn Marking Javier, National President. Mr. Rogelio de Guzman, Aris Imperial, and Monet de la Cruz. Oo, sino yun? Oo. And from the, tinawag na natin kanina. And from the, joining us via Zoom is Attorney Jane Hazel Marie Garcia Doble from the Department of Justice, State Council 3. And ULAP, Mr. Rude Bourbon. And from the OGCC, we have Attorney Danilo Galang, Government Corporate Attorney. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, we have invited the General Manager, Mr. Mel Robles. May I know why he is not present in the hearing of this very important bill on online betting, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So any of you can answer.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
totally unacceptable to this representation. Very, very important. This will affect our lotto agents and affect the children of our country. And the proponent of this is not present, the general manager. So I don't think there'll be another hearing, Mr. Chairman. And so, but we'll see how this goes, because there has to be a written letter. You know, this committee deserves some courtesy from the general manager, Mel Robles, because he was invited. So therefore, I would like to therefore just state, Mr. Chairman, that if this will be called for another setting and he will not be present, I will ask for a subpoena for him to appear if there will be another setting. But certainly, may I also know whether Paniera here, Attorney Contacto, and so Mr. Casas, do you have the authority to represent the PCSO, especially Mr. Mel Robles?
Mr. Chairman, I was tasked to attend for today's hearing, being the Legislative Liaison Officer.
That is fine, Mr. Chairman. So we can proceed. Thank you. So you've been authorized.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
take your word for it, Paniera, under the oath of lawyers of the Supreme Court of the Republic of the Philippines. Okay. So with that, Mr. Chairman, Chairman Junicua, Mr. Chairman, yes, there's a letter. So can we have the letter why he has the courtesy to write to us because he was also invited, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, for the record, he wrote to respectfully inform this committee that he won't be able to attend our meeting for today due to a conflict in schedule because of a medical appointment on the same date and time together with his wife. So,
That is the, Mr. Chairman, that is the difference between Mr. Mel Robles, General Manager, and the Chairman, Chairman Junicua, our very own, who was chairman of the Banks and Financial Intermediaries Committee. there is some courtesy given by our chairman to inform us that he has a medical checkup, I think. So we thank Chairman Kua for giving that courtesy of informing us why he would not be present this morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Rodriguez. So would you like to proceed now for the
Yes.
sponsorship?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Once
proceed.
again, my thanks to the Honorable Chairman Oni Ferrer for calling this hearing this time, especially of certain developments in the PCSO. House Bill 4825, Mr. Chairman, and members, our colleagues, company, our Congressman present, Congresswoman Pancho, and all the congressmen present on Zoom. Currently, the Lotto games are played. It is also online, but at Lotto outlets nationwide. In other words, for those who like to bet on Lotto, they go to our outlets nationwide. The Lotto outlets are operated by Lotto agents duly qualified and authorized by the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office. The Lotto agents are small entrepreneurs, retirees, seniors, PWDs, former OFWs, among others, who are trying to make a living for themselves and for dependents, including the tellers and their families. However, Mr. Chairman, we have heard that the PCSO is embarking on a project which is application-based betting, app-based online betting. The reasons advanced for digitalization for Lotto games are to make it convenient, the word convenient, to the betting public, as betting will be app-based, application-based, and to increase revenue for the government. While it may be true, Mr. Chairman, that application-based betting may result to convenience to the betting public, there are disadvantages, great disadvantages to doing the same, which are, first, app-based betting will open betting to our youth, especially our children. It is of note that children now have cell phones. I can safely say that from the age of 6, when they go to kindergarten, many already have cell phones, even lower than 6 years old, because they go to daycare center, parents would like to check up on them. So children already, minors who are less than 18 years of age, normally have cell phones. Our country has more than cell phones than our population of 110 million. So therefore, Mr. Chairman, children of lower age from 18, going to probably to 6 years old, to say the least, will now be able to access the games and bet. And they are going to make use of their, their baon, Mr. Chairman, from the parents and bet on this. A very dangerous move by the PCSO, to say the least. Now, digitalization or online betting may not result to increased revenue generation. Why? Because there are still many security and safeguards that has to be used, because on online transactions, which are not fully guaranteed. So we're not even sure that their main focus of having, generate income may be realized, because there are so many other secure safeguards that are not being still implemented in our country. Even banks with sophisticated digital programs are not even exempted to scammers. Banks have been hacked, Mr. Chairman, and scammed. PCSO may be surprised that sales have not increased because sales were diverted to other online channels. So that's the problem. You go online, there will be online channels that will connect and therefore get the revenue and get the money being as a bet to other online channels. But then that's another very important, that's why I come here, because I represent the Lotto agents of Cagayan de Oro. They have seen me 3 times over the past months. These Lotto agents of my city, numbering about more than 50. Mr. Chairman, when they learn about this possibility of having online betting, they see that this will be the demise of the lotto agents who are operating the lotto outlets. Because they will not have to go anymore to the outlets that were carefully brought out with expense by the lotto agents duly qualified. They can just bet online. Now, who will go to the lotto agents when people can now go bet online by cell phone? That is why this particular action of the PCSO for online application, online betting will kill the more than 10,000 lotto agents, tellers, and other employees of the country who have painstakingly qualified, applied, qualified, and now operating. You remove them as the chairman, they will not have anymore any income. So therefore, Mr. Chairman, I am therefore here to ask the chairman, Congresswoman Pancho, and our congressman to stop this online application because, Mr. Chairman, the government, the state, is the parents patrie. The principle of parents patrie, which pervades the Constitution, provides the state shall be the father for the welfare of the Filipino people. This bill will not only violate. Thank you. So nagutom na ko, andito na. So, Mr. Chairman, this will violate the principle of the Constitution of parents patrie. It will be the state itself through the PCSO that will now open to our children the floodgates to betting and the disadvantages and adverse effects can be known by everybody. And so therefore, Mr. Chairman, I am requesting the PCSO through this bill to really be able to stop opening up gambling. Gambling is a prohibited activity for this country. PCSO is given the charter to go first sweepstakes, and then now we have the lotto. PAGCOR is given. These are special agencies given a specifically limited gambling authority in our country. But when you open this up to online betting, Mr. Chairman, we have opened the country, especially young children, to gambling. This is gambling. Lotto, PAGCOR, they have the casinos legalized, but there has to be limit the granting of some limited betting. So, Mr. Chairman, we therefore humbly ask you and the members of this Congress, after hearing other source persons, approve House Bill 4805 so that there will never be an online betting in this country. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Rodriguez. May we now call on the resource persons to Congresswoman Pancho, yes.
Mr. Chair, I strongly agree with our colleague, Congressman Rufus Rodriguez, that we really have to protect the lotto agents. These are the small entrepreneurs who invest their small savings or earnings as lotto agents. But aside from protecting these small entrepreneurs, what is very important here is the values for our minors. So when we mention minors, we're talking about the Filipino family. Tama po si Kong Rufus parang binuksan mo yung pinto ng iyong tahanan sa pasugalan. Kung pumunta ka sa sabungan, that's very natural na dumayo ka But to open your house, your door, para sa pasugalan, that is something that we really have to think about. Kasi dito ang pinaprotektahan natin yung values that we will give to Filipino children. At when you say minor, ibig sabihin nun, hindi pa matured ang pag-iisip. So ang nasa utak lang nun, laro lang. So I think it's about time that we should put a stop to this. Tama po si Congressman Rufus Rodriguez with this bill. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Pancho. Let the resource, So can we hear from our resource persons, your position on the matter?
Thank you, Your Honors. On the part of the PCSO, uh, on the how we take care of welfare of our lotto agents, we see to it that is being taken care of when we drafted the guidelines for mobile web application. Now, on the part of the minors, we are very particular in protecting the minors. We see to it that no minors will be able to place bet on the web application because we are fully aware that many of them own a mobile phone. So if you will allow me to cite some safeguards, aside from the security features that we have stated or provided in guidelines, the security features on using the mobile phone, I will just cite some features wherein we protect the minors from placing bet. So number one, well, they have to input a mobile number or email address. Number two, after verification of the mobile number or email address, as the case may be, input real name, address, birth date as appearing on a valid government-issued identification document, user account, password, occupation, gender, tax identification number, and fixed income. This is optional. Number four, uploading of a scanned valid government identification document or identification card. So we know for a fact that no minors or only adults possess this government-issued identification card. Number five, taking of selfie for age and feature verification process. So we have some more provisions, but these are just some that will really prevent the minors from participating in the mobile web application. This is not like the other e-games provided by other proponents or illegals. But in the PCSO, we see to it that we safeguard the welfare of the minors on this matter.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Casas. Is the OGCC still here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please identify yourself?
I'm Attorney Danilo Galang Jr., Mr. Chair.
Yes, sorry. Attorney Galang, can we get your position on this bill? You have the floor now.
Mr. Chair, the OGCC is still reviewing the proposed bills, and we are respectfully requesting this honorable committee to give the OGCC at least 15 days from today's hearing to submit our formal position paper on this matter.
Okay, so
Probably, Mr. Chairman, probably 7 days as usual in other hearings. I am agreeable to 7 days for that to give a position paper.
Attorney
Thank you,
Galang.
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair, 7 days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I am here in possession of PCSO opinion number 70 by the OGCC. I'd like compañero to confirm this. This is signed by Rogelio V. Quevedo. We know who is Rogelio Quevedo in the OGCC.
Mr. Chair, he is our government corporate counsel.
Thank you. He is
The government corporate
yeah.
counsel.
That's correct. Where you are a member, correct?
Yes,
Which
Mr. Chair.
represents us. Can you confirm that there was a opinion of PCSO number 070, which is dated just April 19, last month, 2023. Do you know this particular document, Miss Attorney, what's the name again? Attorney, what's the name? Attorney Galang of GCC. Do you confirm that the PCSO already has some opinion on this online?
Mr. Chair, I cannot confirm at this time since I am not the one who drafted and I'm not privy to that opinion, Mr. Chair, but I will do confirm after this meeting, Your Honor.
That
Mr.
is
Chair.
unsatisfactory, Mr. Galang. The issue here is about the application. And in fact, there has been a study of the OGCC which came out to certain conclusions. It is really negligence on your part, Peñero, if you do not know the issuance of your own office in relation to this bill and in relation to the subject matter. I'll give you time. Can you get a copy? Are you in your office
Yeah.
now?
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Chair.
We will get
Apologies,
back to you.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, April 19, 2023, opinion number 70, series of 2023. And for the record, let me read this for subject to compañero, because I see here a sign, and this will be confirmed through the presence of Attorney Galang. The conclusion, Mr. Chairman, is this for the record. After a careful evaluation under the present format and considering the circumstances, this office opinion is that the legal framework for the proposal for new PCSO online games with a game proponent of an experimental test run has yet to be completed with the issuance of established guidelines, standards, and rules of procedure. Because I would suppose, can Panyera Attorney Contacto confirm that you sought an opinion from the PCSO on these particular online games?
To my recollection, Mr. Chairman, that opinion was for the birthday panalo game, which is different from the guidelines that we are having right now. The birthday panalo relates to a new game that was being proposed to the PCSO, whereas the guidelines that we set is merely just a web-based application for betting for the current paper games of the PCSO, particularly the lottery. However, upon consultation as well, the team which crafted the rules on the web-based application has complied with the opinions that were stated in that OGCC opinion, sir.
So if this is not the one that pertains to the web app, this is not the one,
No, Your Honor.
then you should have also gotten an opinion for what you are trying to have now. Why are you not getting, and why are you rushing this this online application that you're going to have, this web-based application betting platform? Have you also gotten the opinion? Did you present to the OGCC? If it's not the one, because this is similar, it's also online, and we can get from this what is the thinking of the OGCC. Have you, on this new website, web-based application betting platform, in short, app-based online betting, have you requested the opinion of the PCSO instead of rushing this approval?
Your Honor, upon consultation with the group that created the guidelines, there was no need to get an OGCC opinion because it was just a betting. It is just a betting platform, unlike the one in that particular OGCC opinion, which included a new game, which has not yet been offered by the PCSO.
Mr. Chairman, I disagree. This is more monumental with the effects than the just this what you call this program that they have. Mr. Chairman, this will kill the lotto agents and their families, kill the industry. This will open gambling to our children with the age of 6 up because they have cell phones and so forth. We will hear Ms. Xavier later on of those safeguards. Those safeguards cannot really be implemented well, and that is why children will be able to do that. Hindi nga masi-safeguard yung ibang applications with all the security details. And so therefore, Mr. Chairman, I would therefore, our committee should be able to therefore have that position that if there's any web-based application betting platform they should be able to get the opinion, because here in this opinion, they were denied to open this online game here. Okay, accordingly, it's imperative the PCS should first establish guidelines. That's it. There should be guidelines, standards, and rules of procedure before it can launch an online game. And that is where we will be able to ask you whether there's already those parameters. So in short, Mr. Chairman, this opinion is adverse to what they want to do. It says, please be advised that the opinion is only based on the documents provided and endorsed. So therefore, there may, at the present stage, therefore, the proposed launching of their new PCSO online games with a game proponent on an experimental test run basis are here described cannot be given due course. So if this is not given due course, this kind of this gambling that they said, Mr. Chairman, I am sure that the OGCC, being a lawyer, will see the adverse effects on this and make sure that they will not be allowed by PCO's opinion. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think we can hear now the other resource person.
Yes, but before we hear the other resource speakers, maybe Congressman Rodriguez, you can furnish the committee a copy of that OGCC opinion.
Of course, Mr. Chairman, but it's a photocopy in court and in our committees, photocopies, unless authenticated, will not be a very good submission of papers. But we go back to Attorney Galang. This one
is addressed to the PCSO. Am I right?
Yeah, just the PCSO. So we should get from the PCSO and also from Attorney Galang. Mr. Chairman, Attorney Galang is now in possession. PCSO opinion number 70, series 2020-23.
Mr. Chair, we are still getting it, but we can provide a certified true copy of this opinion to the honorable committee.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I give this as a preliminary submission to be Exhibit A of my bill, PCS opinion number 70, is a series of 72. May I submit to you this photocopy subject to confirmation from the PCSO and the OGCC. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Rodriguez. Comsec.
Yeah, Mr. Chairperson, if I may, I have with me a copy of OGCC opinion number 70, series
Yes.
of 2023. However, I would like to inform this honorable body that the subject matter of this OGCC opinion is the launching of new games. I would like to stress that in the current guidelines that we launched, it is merely a web-based application for lotto games and not new games, Mr. Chairman.
These are quite similar, Mr. Chairman. They're opening online. So but
We will ask them later.
submit, yes.
What kind of games?
Yes, that will be.
Yes, thank you very much.
Stop by the OGCC. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we now proceed to the Department of Justice, Attorney Jane Hazel Marie Garcia Doble. Attorney Doble,
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Chair.
good morning. You have the floor.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning to the members of the committee and the fellow resource speakers. Sorry. The
Please
Department of Sir.
Yeah, please proceed.
Okay. At the moment, the Department of Justice has no constitutional or legal objections to the proposed prohibition on the online placing of bets for all lotto games and all instant paper games. But due to lack of material time, we would like to request for additional time to provide our more detailed position paper. At the moment, we defer to the PCSO with regard to their exclusive discretion and authority to regulate, approve or disapprove the proposed game theme and design for each and every proposed instant paper games pursuant to their mandate under RA 1169, as well as the revised rules and regulations for PCSO's paper instant games. That would be all for the DOJ, Mr. Chair.
So when can we expect your position paper?
Mr. Chair, the draft is already being circulated for review. We will endeavor to submit at the soonest time once the position paper is signed.
Attorney Doble, we need a specific time frame. The soonest possible time is not acceptable in our committee.
7 days probably.
Can you submit it in 7 days?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Similar to the OGCC, we will endeavor to submit within 7 days.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
thank you, Mr. Chair. I hope that the DOJ will not look into just the constitutional legal aspects. Of course, the PCSO has certain powers to do games, but this goes beyond legality. This goes to the very values, as Congressman Pancho has said. Well, they may do it, they may be able to have that, but it is adverse to the interest of our youth, adverse to the interest of our lotto agents. So I hope that, that the lawyer from DOJ would see the effects. They may have the legal power, but the effects on the people and the youth of the land and the effect, Panyera, on the parents patrie principle of our Constitution, that the state is the father, the mother of the welfare of the people, parents patrie, and this will precisely violate that underlying provision of our police power and our power in Congress to be able to protect the morality and values of our children. Earlier, there was a hearing, Mr. Chairman, on PAGCOR. And I specifically excluded myself as an author of the sharing in PAGCOR because Cagayan de Oro objects, and even up to now, there is no PAGCOR gambling in our city because we believe it will destroy the morals of society of the city of Golden Friendship. And I didn't want to be an author of the sharing of that. We have opposed PAGCOR since the time of Senator Nene Pimentel, our bishop, and up to now. There can be no PAGCOR in the city of Cagayan de Oro. Now, we have no PAGCOR in the city of Cagayan de Oro. Now, they are going to implement this online betting, and all the children of my city can now bet. And Mr. Chairman, that will really lead to very adverse consequences. Instead of their baon going to school, they're going to bet it. And they'll steal the money, their parents if necessary, because the games are available to our children. So we cannot, Mr. Chairman, I hope Compañera goes beyond the legal and constitutional. If you talk about constitutional, go to the principle of police power, that Congress is the police power to initiate laws to prevent this kind of possibility being undertaken by General Manager Mel Robles. Where is, Mr. Chairman? Where is the conscience of Mr. Robles? The conscience of these people present? They all know. For those present here, they all know the adverse effects, but probably they're just following what the General Manager wants to do in a very rush and immediate manner. And that's why I'm very happy that there is a meeting. There is now a hearing. If we cannot stop this, Mr. Chairman, it's the end of the values of our young people. So therefore, Mr. Chairman, I would again be able to say that to the constitutional aspect, Daniela, look at the parents' patrie principle underlying the Constitution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
will-
Chairman, if I may, because I would have to leave at 12, I have a flight to catch. But,
see that even the council cannot stay here.
Mr. Chairman, I requested for a
Manila.
resetting because we have a strategic planning actually scheduled.
No, Mr.
I
Chairman, if they leave,
Drop
then
by
they leave
here.
their chance out. It just shows that there is no real importance given by the PCSO to
All
this.
of you are leaving?
Just me, Your Honor, everybody else will stay.
Yeah, just
Uh,
that to show that, she's the lawyer is here and she's leaving. Yeah. So, Mr. Chairman, we cannot prevent her, but You know,
Uh,
there's no more participation as the lawyer's concerned.
Yeah, just a statement, Mr. Chairperson, because there was a statement that the rules were done.
We have read so much. And we hear now the signs.
Okay.
Yes.
Please stay a while so you can
Eh,
hear from the Philippine Online Lottery Agents Incorporated. Anyone?
Yes. Microphone, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, for this opportunity for us to speak to Congressman, what's this, Second August Tambunting and the rest of
Congresswoman Pancho.
Congressman. The Philippine Online Lottery Agents Association Incorporated, which is consists of 1,000 members, strongly oppose this web application for online gaming because we believe that it will not somehow help PCSO in increasing their sales. I mean, it's for us, it's really big, and we just wonder as to why. I mean, they published this in May 11 that they're inviting IT providers to participate. I mean, to my understanding, there has been a JB who has won the bidding, I mean, in 2021, and they're willing and capable to do the online gaming for the for the lotteries, for the Lotto 8, that will, pass through the Lotto outlets. But this one is different. We were not even informed about it. Normally, we are partners of PCSO. We are the one generating funds for the social of the president and other medical assistance to a lot of people who needed but I mean, this thing is just parang sorry, I mean, parang minamadali naman po. Dapat siguro pinag-aralan to kasi you're right. I mean, Congressman, with due respect, I mean, even my grandchildren, they have their own cell phone, and once you allow them to use the cell phone, they will not be asked about their pictures or anything. I mean, the owner of the cell phone belongs to an adult, and they're playing there, and they could easily access. The children now are very, very smart. They can open anything. And I believe the children will somehow learn to gamble as early as 6 or 5. I mean, they can even now purchase from Lazada online from the account of their mother and father, or even their lola. They order anything that the grandparents or the mother is just surprised, this product just arriving in their place, and they have paid it through GCash. So I mean, we have a pioneer agent here who's been a Lotto agent for 28 years, as well as our vice president has been a pioneer agent. And this is the first time it has ever happened. We don't argue with PCSO. I mean, actually, we love PCSO because we are agents. No?
Yes.
But the thing is, why do they come up with such idea like that? Like we had the case here before that we fought, I mean, 4 years ago before pandemic, about a certain, kiosk that they're pushing, the birthday panalo, the win a billion. When the RGM, former GM Garma, heard about it, she also fought for it, like because she believed that somehow the Lotto agents will be affected. Like it's online thing, but they shelved that. And then I was present during the signing of contract of the JB. And they in that the former GM Garma said that the provider, the partners now are capable. I mean, they're going to study within 5 years on how to do this online betting for the Lotto. Pero wala pa pong 5 years eh. I mean, wala pa pong 1 year. Sana they should really study that very hard. Wag naman po sanang madaliin. Well, we're not even mad to anybody who push this, but somehow kami po ang maapektuhan diyan kasi we have a fixed expenses, but our income is not fixed. Like, if there's bagyo, if there's storm, or offline yung machine or something, or we are jackpot driven, price driven kami. Pag malaki po yung jackpot, marami pong tumatay, even the kids. wanted to have their own tickets to win. And what if you open that? They all the more, pag malaki po yung ano. Tsaka, I believe na ano po yung security niyan, I mean, totoo po. I mean, ang bangko nga po nahahack Kami nga nahahack po yung account namin. Even yung GCash namin nahahack. What more if, how sure is PCSO? How can they assure us na yung perang itataya po ng mananaya talagang pupunta po sa kanila? I mean, maraming salamat po sa opportunity. If you'd like to speak some.
Thank you, Ms. Javier. So,
Chairman, I have some questions to, especially the lawyer still here. Have you identified already, are the guidelines already set for this, the guidelines, the procedure?
Yes, Your Honor, the same has already, the invitation has also been published, and I believe the guidelines have already been published in a newspaper of general circulation.
Yes, so therefore you are now in the process of getting applicants for these providers?
Yes, for the test run, I want to emphasize,
the test
especially to our lotto agents, it is merely a test run of 12 months.
A test run could go to a final run. So
Not necessarily, sir, because under our guidelines, whoever is the awarded applicant or the chosen applicant does not have a vested right to operate. It is still
who
subject
are
to the board,
the
Your Honor.
applicants so far?
So far, none yet.
None.
None
In your
yet, sir.
guidelines, the provider, how much will the provider receive in these particular operations? How much? Yeah. How much will the provider receive here? Because I can sense already that
Let me get the
providers
figures,
will
Your
be
Honor.
able to get so much. How much? 14%.
Under,
Guidelines.
under the guidelines, Your Honor, the maximum, correct, maximum? The maximum that they will get is 14%.
Wow. Wow. That is really wow.
May I please be allowed first to say the
Yes,
breakdown?
we're just saying wow, but we're allowing you to say.
The 6% is merely the agent's commission. 6%, which is lower than what the lotto agents currently get at 8.5% for the lotto games, 2% for the payment gateway, and 6% for the web-based application platform. So the 14% is just the total. And again, 6% is merely the agent's commission, 2% for the payment gateway, and 6% for the web-based application. And I would like to state for the record also, I think that was one of the amendments that was being sought for House Bill 4824. Just for the information of this August body, the commission actually of the lotto agents has already been increased to 8%. 8.5% for lotto games and 5.5% for the paper games, instant paper games. So digit games, sorry. So compared to the commissions that our lotto agents are currently getting, you are actually getting more. They're getting lower. And again, to
Let me
stress,
just answer, Mr. Chairman, it's not. The provider gets 14%. Lotto agents jackpot only 8.5. Other prices 5.5. You're going to get, the provider gets already 6% commission. Then you will get for their equipment and the application 12 na yan. And then babayaran pa 2% gateway payment, nakasama na yan sa application. Talagang this is really going to be adverse to the income of our country. Where will you get this 14%? From the prize fund of 55%. Under the law, 55% prize fund for the winners, 30% for charity, 15% for operation. Mr. Chairman, the objective is to create more revenues. However, if we pay 14% to providers who will give that application, a one-time application there, my goodness, they will become the provider and some people will become rich. The prices will go smaller because we now get only 55%. Betting will be lower because we're going to have big jackpots because of this payment of 14%. Practically, there'll be lesser bets going to the lotto outlets. It is clear, crystal clear, 14%. Then they have this kind of breakdown. 6% na nga, commission. 6% use of their equipment. 12 na. 2% to pay for gateway, yung mga payment for anong gateway yan? Nandiyan na, gateway na nga kayo. Ikaw na yun ang ano dyan eh. So wala talaga, Mr. Chairman. Ito ay something that, it's the guidelines themselves shows that there will be 14%, much higher than the 8.5 of the jackpot rate commission given to the Lotto outlets and 5.5. Clearly, Mr. Chairman, this is unconscionable, unreasonable, and we can all see this. 14% goes to the provider.
Not only that, kasi before yung commission is nakaspread sa mga different
Yes.
lotto agents.
Yeah.
Ngayon,
1,000 agents.
yung mapupunta sa isang
Isa lang ang magkinabang nito,
Magkano?
Mr. Chairman.
Magkano yung total na kinita nyo last year?
Mr. Chairman,
Para sa mga taya sa lotto.
Mr. Chairman, if we may clarify that 14%, that will just be the maximum percent. But that would all depend, that will still decrease based on the proposal of the applicant.
Immediate response.
Sige.
Maximum. Then you are allowed to go to the maximum. That is the import of that. You can go 14%. And stated by the chairman, while all over the country, yung mga small lotto outlets can earn under tellers, employees will live and have income. One big provider gets 14%, siya lang. How lucky naman yung provider na yan. Mr. Chairman, that is why some people, not only the provider, will make money out of this. That is just to be clear.
May we know from PCSO, nasaan stage na kayo itong Anong stage na kayo para sa test run?
Your honors, we're just accepting applicants at this point. So again, we haven't really started because we're just waiting for the submission of applicants, sir, at this point.
Mr. Chairman, the administration has just 1 year and they're rushing this.
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year pa lang yung administration with Mel Robles. They're rushing this. That is why it was really providential that you are calling a hearing now. Let us approve this, Mr. Chairman, and prevent the adverse effects on the values of our young people who will soon become nation builders, who will become congressmen and mayors. That is what it is all about.
Let's hear first from other members of the committee. So, Congresswoman Pancho.
Mr. Chair, according to Attorney Contacto,
Yes, sir.
the agents will be earning more.
8.5, your honor, currently with the amendments.
So how can you
that we-
say that, ma'am, nakapwesto lang sila doon? Bumabayad sila ng renta. Samantalang yung pinopropose na yan, parang open to everybody, to anybody, na hindi nilang kailangan ng pwesto. Tataya lang sila.
Yeah.
Tsaka what kind of culture are we creating to our children? Ba't nagpaaral pa tayo ng anak? Kung makikreate na pa na tayo ng mundo ng mga sugarol.
Mm. Yeah.
Very young age. At saka it's real. Na-hack naman talaga ngayon eh. They're very smart. So how can you say na yung binibigyan yung guidelines, yung binibigyan yung mga guidelines na yan na hindi kayang laruin ng bata. They can do that.
Okay.
So how can you say na they're earning more than dun sa pinopropose nyo, ma'am?
To clarify.
Ito, pera-pera na lang tayo
No.
dito.
No, Madam Vice Chairperson. To clarify, they're earning more based on the increase on the commissions that they have, because that is one of the proposals that was given under our House Bill number 4824. Now, on the issue, Mr. Chairperson, of the probability that this will be opened up to the youth, our guidelines specifically state that the proponent or the applicant who will be offering their betting platform must have very strict KYC measures. So in what form? Number one, as already stated by AGM Arnel Casas, the application will require that they state their name, their birth date, the uploading of their government issue ID,
The
and the
drivers will
scanning.
be the one betting.
Kasi ano
Just give the money to the driver, to the helper,
Yeah.
tapos na kayo.
sa Lasal Green Hills, yung account ng mga driver ang tataya ng mensa eh.
Maraming paraan. Si Chairman can ask, we recognize also for the first time, Ms. Imperial, if you Chairman. So Chairman.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon po sa lahat. With due respect po with ma'am, Yes, we are getting 8.5%, but that was just approved
Recently.
recently. So for the longest time po, hindi po yan ang ano namin. Hindi po yan yung nagsimula po kami 20 years ago, nasa 5% lang po.
Imagine that, and
Tapos
now
lahat,
14% kaagad
And then-
yung bago.
and then-
Nag-start kayo ng 5%.
and then right now po, we acknowledge 8.5% ang sa lahat ng agent. Ang worry, ang nakakatuwa lang po is they're giving this 14% to one person. This 8.5% is being earned by 8,000 lotto agents across the nation, nationwide po. And I'm an IT professional po. So yung sinasabi nyo na nire-register, actually po yung phone ko is being used by my son who is just 15 years old. Tama po yung sinasabi ni Press na magugulat na lang po ako, may darating pong Lazada or Shopee na order sa akin. Pangalawang bagay po, ang phone number po natin ngayon is registered na. And pag minor ang magre-register, it is registered using yung guardian or the parents. So, I mean, we acknowledge po yung move ninyo to digitalize Lotto po. Doon naman po kasi talaga tayo papunta. But ang naano lang po namin is napag-aralan po bang mabuti? Parang hindi po kasi based on your mga reasons po, and with due respect po, mas mataas po yung pinag-aralan nyo sa akin, but definitely po, kami being the heart and soul of Lotto for so many years, kami yung nasa ground. We are the one na na-expose sa tao ng mga tumataya. You want it online? Ang mga mananaya po ng Lotto, karamihan sa kanila walang smartphones. Pangalawa, you want it online kasi maliit lang kinikita. Why? Sana pinakinggan nyo kami bakit lumiit ang benta namin, ang sales namin. Bakit? Alam nyo po ba, dati nung unang-unang nabuksan ng Lotto ko po 24 years ago, ang kalaban lang po namin weteng. And people will not go to weteng kasi alam nilang illegal. Ngayon, ang kalaban namin mismong produkto ng PCSO, STL. May STL na legal, may STL na illegal. May loteng, may weteng. Meron pang online application. And you think, paano nyo ma-differentiate now kung merong online na ang PCS? Matagal na pong may online na illegal, yung 2D, 3D. Aware po ba kayo dyan? Mampasensya na kayo. Ang magulang ko po nasa PCSO na, noon pa. Hanggang ngayon, ako naman ngayon ang nagloloto ngayon. Sa totoo lang po, minsan gusto ko nang bumigay dahil nga po masakit na. Pero alam niyo po, sa totoo lang po, may mga loto po ako na hindi ko na kinukuha yung kita ko sa mga teller ko na. Bakit? May mga anak po yan eh. Ako, hindi ko na kailangan may other source of income ako. Pero yung mga teller ko who is there for 20 years, halos nakita ko na yung mga anak nila. Nakapagpatapos na po, meron ng engineer, meron ng mga police, may mga teacher, lahat galing sa Lotto. And now, you want one provider na alam niyo yung lahat ng kita. Let's face it, ewan ko po, I'm an IT professional. Alam ko na marami, mag-i-invite lang yan ng fraudulent activities. And ngayon, alam naman ninyo na meron ng illegal na online, yung 2-digit, na mismo, I can show you a receipt. Sa loob po mismo, biro nyo pa, po siya, 2D, kasi meron pong 2D tayo. I can show you yung resibo. Ewan ko kung nag-ooperate pa yung Lotto outlet na yon. Hindi, kasi po kami mga Lotto agents, hindi naman po kami madala sa Lotto namin. Mga tellers lang naman po talaga namin. Itong mga tellers na to, mismo minsan, sorry taga PCSO pa minsan nagbibigay ng online na yon sa telepono. So pag nag-sold out po yon, automatic itinataya nila dun sa telepono na yun na hindi naman napupunta sa PCSO ang kita. So kung yun pa lang hindi nyo na mag-guarantee, hindi nyo mabantayan, how sure are you na mababantayan nyo to na hindi nyo na ma-differentiate if this is run by PCSO or this is run by, yung mga gambling lord. Let's face it.
Are you aware of yung kiniklaim ni Miss Imperial?
I can show you
In
the
2D,
receipt.
3D, yung mga ganon? Kayo ba nagpapatakbo nun?
No.
No, Mr. Chairman.
Actually, I have it. Magugulat na nga kayo, hindi na sasabihin ng teller na sold out eh. Basta na lang ibibigay yung ticket. Ito po, pwede kong pakita sa inyo ngayon. Nagulat yung isang...
Ginagamit nila yung Lotto outlet para
Opo.
tumaya sa ganon.
Opo, illegal po. Kaya nga po.
Pero ini-entertain ng mga outlets.
Sometimes yung hindi po kasi namin hindi po namin alam. So katulad yan, mahuhuli ko po. Katulad po yung tao ko na yon. Nag-file na po ako ng qualified theft. Kasi po pag nahuli po yon, lahat ng outlet ko sarado. Kasi wala siyang online. Ngayon po, ang mga mananaya po, hindi naman yung mga tech savvy. Hindi po yan tataya ng gamit yung mga telepono. At karamihan sa kanila, wala mga smartphone. Talagang pupunta sila sa loto para tumaya. Tapos nandyan na yung nag-i-illegal na may online, may weteng, may loteng, may STL. I mean, over the years, yan po ang problema namin. And lagi kaming lumalapit kay PCSO. Wala naman po. And sobrang na-appreciate ko po today itong meeting na to. For the longest time, dinidinig na po kami. Kasi for the longest time, we were never heard. Kahit anong punta niyo sa kanila, we were never heard. So,
Thank you for your inputs, Miss Imperial. Now, may we hear from Gas Tambunting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Nabanggit ho nyo kanina na yung dating GM, si Garman, nag-apila kayo at pinakinggan kayo. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Anong ginawa niya? So, tinablan niya lahat yan, yung mga web-based.
Siya po niya yung birthday panalo, yung kiosk, yung win a billion.
Okay.
Kasi yung mga yan po online po yan eh. Meron na nga po silang tinayo na parang hub doon sa mismong PCSO.
So, anong rason ho niya? Bakit niya sinel?
Hindi kasi po naramdaman po niya siguro yung yung concern po namin na marami talaga pong maapektuhan at saka maaapektuhan po yung sales namin.
So, yun ang
Kasi,
punto.
kasi po we are jackpot driven eh, di ba? Hindi naman po talaga fixed ang income ng mga lotto agents eh.
Mm.
Kung malaki po yung yung jackpot pataas ng patas, tumataas din po. Pero once na napanalunan na po yung yung jackpot na yan, baksak na agad yung sales namin.
Mm.
So po magdadagdag pa po ng mga ganyan, parang magugulo yung mga tao. At sa karamihan mo naman po talaga ng mananayan namin are senior citizens.
Tama.
At retirees, di ba? Sila po yung may
Correct.
pera.
Yung mga pumipila, yung mga may edad. Pumunta ka naman sa Lotto outlet, makikita ko na puro matatanda
Yes.
talaga yung pumipila.
And di rin po namin maintindihan kung bakit sinasabi nila po na hindi kami maapektuhan. Hindi naman po kami kikita dyan kasi direct na po yan eh.
Tama.
Sa PCSO, do sa
Ngayon,
14% ng
ang
provider.
tanong ko either kay Atty. Cat or kay Mr. Casas, ano po ang rason ng mga namamahala ng PCSO niyon at pinapayagan na to na considering na nung panahon ni Garma, ito'y issue nila lahat.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
You may be allowed to, Your
Yes,
Honor.
please.
Yung games po, hindi talaga siya ni-stop. It's because of legal impediments. So,
Dati.
hindi namin pero for several administration changes of chairpersons and GMs of PCSO, they are to go yung all these proposed games of PCSO. It's just a matter of that may
May legal
mga
impediment.
legal issues.
So na yun
that
siya
was-
sabi nyo, Atty. Cat, walang legal impediment yan?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, the committee that drafted the guidelines for the web-based application made sure to take note of the comments in the OGCC opinion in relation to the birthday panalo game. So they made sure that the guidelines that were stated were in place. Let me enumerate lang po. They made sure, number one, that hold on. Yung mga nila. Yung mga tanong, safeguards. Okay. So one of the points, Your Honor, here in the OGCC opinion is that the proposal must only be temporary and yearly on an experimental test run basis. So this is exactly what we did right now.
Okay.
So
So if that was the only reason, why didn't Garma do that? Pwede naman para test run lang kung panahon niya, hindi niya ginawa.
um,
Sinilab niya talaga.
I'm not privy, Your Honor, to the previous objections to the applications that were offered before. What we can only speak for now is just this web-based betting platform. Now, one of the main concerns, Your Honor, as to why there is a need for the agency to at least see or study through a test run the viability of a web-based application platform exactly came from them. It's the proliferation of online betting sites. Right now, there's top of my mind two that I can think of, Pakiloto and Sure Lotto.
Mm.
These are applications, web-based applications that are not sanctioned by the PCSO that get bets. If the agency will be given an opportunity to have an official web-based betting platform, at least you can be assured that the payments will go to the agency because of the third-party payment service provider. You
But-
already said the reason why we are actually pushing for this. That's number one. Number two, you said that yourself, traditional lotto bettors go to the outlets.
Correct.
They go to the outlets to bet. Now, lotto outlets operate from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., correct? So how about those people, particularly people who work in offices, who work the night shifts, who cannot go?
Look at that, Mr. Chairman. That is the culture of promoting more gambling, which we, are really, we are guardians, Mr. Chair. O 8:30, gusto nyo pa i-open pa yan
No.
for those who are working, my goodness.
Uh,
Mr. Chairman. So
Mr.
that
Chair,
those who are working can bet up to midnight
Mm.
and early morning. What kind of an attitude is that, Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
again.
You say that you are going to capture the bets. The problem is you will capture the bets of children, Mr. Chairman. That is the problem. So, Chairman, I think we have exhaustively, unless, yes, Congress, please,
I have to
I ask my
clarify.
friend. to
Yes,
continue.
yes, Attorney Kat, before we make the motions here. You were trying to justify why you have to compete with what is there illegally.
To regulate, Your Honor, because number one, we don't even know who operates these sites. Instead of the revenues going to the legitimate lotto agents, their revenue is being eaten up by the illegal sites that we do not even know who is operating.
But
Again, I want to assure them the test run is merely a test run. There are no talks of phasing them out. It is just
you can naturally kill that business by coming up with a web base, because now even those that would make pila will just go to their cell phones.
well, not everybody also has cell phones. I mean, my grandmother doesn't have a cell
But
phone.
you know,
Your
Kat,
Honor.
that we are the number one
Yeah.
in the world. We have the most cell phones, and we're the number one texters
Yeah.
in the world. So you can imagine the volume of people that have cell phones, and not only one cell phone. Usually they have 2, 3, especially kung may kirida pa yan, di apat iba pa yan.
Until 5.
So alam natin na cellphone dito madali kasi nga ako isa lang. Si Rufus isa rin.
Congress, I know you.
Isa lang ang mga cellphone namin kasi wala kami.
Yeah.
But you know, Attorney Kat,
Yes, Your Honor.
don't you, hindi ba kayo kinakabahan na? I know that you're trying to go for the revenue.
Mhm.
But by going for the revenue, now you're going to kill two things. One is your existing agents, because whether you like it or not, you're competing against them too.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. And two, the point being raised by the Honorable Rodriguez time and again since the start of this hearing, which is the children,
Yeah.
which he's very concerned of. I mean, he walks the talk. Cagayan de Oro up to today does not have PAGCOR. I mean, just to show that he has blocked every attempt to have a PAGCOR, because he's a firm believer that you protect the children because
Yes.
they are indeed the hope of the future. Now, with that, aren't you afraid that, you know, that you're going to the children? I just cite an example. Isabong.
Yeah.
Alam po ninyo, sa Parañaque, sabihin ko sa inyo, marami po dyan dati na yung mga rehab centers ng drugs, pumasok ang sabong na yun. Napadali. Are you aware that marami yung center dyan, more than half? Isabong ang sugal sa cellphone. So, diretsuhan ho tayo ha. And this is uncontrollable. You know, it becomes uncontrollable because nga of it's so convenient when children are already stealing from their parents and they're naubos yung gamit eh. So imbis drugs, napunta sa sugal. It can be isabong, it can be any other platform for that matter. But I'm just worried that the point raised, you know, again revive the story given to me by the operators of the drug rehabilitation centers that half of their clients are not anymore drug related, but they're gambling related. So they had to have counseling for gambling. And these are the youth, no?
Yes.
Hindi po kayo kinakabahan na by having this, oo nga, may revenue, pero may downside eh. Yun ang punto talaga dito eh.
Yes.
Yung downside eh. Alam mo, anything naman may pros and cons. No?
Yes po.
We understand that you will have to defend the position of your agency. And we're here to protect the morals also of the
Yes.
children.
I agree.
Okay? That's the police power.
Yes, sir.
So can you look at that very, very closely?
Yes,
Because
sir.
maski ano pong safeguard,
Mm-mm.
ang tanong ba kaya nyo ba implement din?
Yes po.
Di ba ho? Kasi nga, para labanan yung dalawang illegal na nabanggit nyo, ang sirain nyo naman yung iahente nyo sa baba, tapos yung you now have another legal platform that children can use, no? And they can bet from. So that double whammy yata parang, don't you think that the downside outweighs the upside? I don't. You tell me. You know the numbers.
Okay. On that score, Mr. Chairman, there's a reason why the web-based platform has a scanning feature of the face so that the ID matches whoever is actually using the app. So if they do not pass through all those safeguards, they will not be able to access the app, plain and simple.
My question, ma'am,
Yes,
how
po.
would you know that it's a 6-year-old or 7-year-old child that's working?
The program, Your Honor, will be able to screen. For example,
What program?
here in my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
This,
Wait,
okay,
for
the phone
example,
was, okay, the
for
phone was
example-
purchased by my mother.
Okay, for example,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, for some mobile wallets,
Okay.
when you register, you have to they have this face in the sign up portion where you have to scan your face in addition to uploading your ID. So if that doesn't match, it won't go.
What ID?
One of the our guidelines require an applicant to submit a government issued ID that reflects his birth date. And in addition to that, before they can be able to access the screen, their faces will be scanned. And also, the only person who can claim the prize is actually the minor. Now, regarding the fear that it would lead to addiction, we would like to assure this honorable body that the draws will still be physical. It will not be like with how online bingos operate, that it's round the clock 24/7.
Yes.
The agency's games do not work that way because the actual draw is still going to be strictly physical at the draw courts in accordance with the scheduled periods that the PCSO currently has. So it will not like be the usual online gambling sites where you access it, you load your GCash, and you cannot withdraw because you're not verified. Because I think there are a couple of bingo sites that operate that way. With us, you cannot open it, you cannot load until you are fully verified. That is the number one difference. The second difference is, again, the draws of the PCSO are all scheduled. So we have 2 p.m., we have 5 p.m., we have 9 p.m.
So how much, what's the age limit here?
Strictly
18?
18, Your Honor, in accordance with our undertaking also with the World Lottery Association. So strictly 18 years old and above.
Mhm. Okay, 18 years old.
And above.
Mr. Casas,
Yes,
you're saying
Your
something?
Honor, Mr. Chairman, thank you. To add to that, kasi sabi kanina kiniklaim that
Opo.
we just studied it today and we just launched it immediately. To tell you the truth, it's been a wish list of the PCSO since 2004. Text betting pa lang po nun. And we've been studying this for the past years with the minors in mind. So right now with the advancement in technology, we will ensure that no minors will be able to place bet. Now, unlike po the e-sabong, it's really easy to place bet even the minors kasi GCash lang ang requirement. Even the minors have GCash. So with this, pagka mag-register pa lang po kayo, it's very tedious process because of those requirements. So sometimes baka discouraging po yon for other players. So we see that minimal lang po really will participate because we really have to establish the KYC, know your client.
That's right.
Even if they will be able to place bet, if they are minors, they will not be able to claim price. Kasama po yun doon sa aming
Okay. So, ang maniobre lang nila dyan, utusan nila yung yaya nila para yun ang pwede nilang gawin. Na yun ang maniobre nila. Ngayon, going back, is it worth competing against your existing lot operators?
Your Honorable Chair, but actually we wouldn't know until we conduct a test run. Under our guidelines, apart from testing if the applicant or the proponent really will comply with the security features, the KYC, the agency is also mandated to conduct a market study to determine the viability. So there are phases. It's not like the agency will just select based on a whim. They would have to go through really stringent tests before the agency will be able to fully decide to implement this or not. All the agency is asking for with our current rules is for us to be given a chance to explore how else we can earn income. Actually, it was actually the pandemic that really, made the agencies resolve very firm as to how else we can generate income. Right now, Your Honors, our charity fund is actually very, very depleted because of the mandatory contributions that we should give. So we have 20% for DST, 40% for UHC, plus a total of, I think, 12 or 13 special laws that require the PCSO
To contribute.
to contribute to. Right now, we have 8%. I think we're working with 8% just of our charity funds. And if we will not be allowed to explore other options, legal options that will not be detrimental to the youth, sadly, our agency might die. And right now, we wouldn't know the answers if we will not be allowed to conduct the test run, Your Honors. So it will not, again, the test run does not provide for a total phase out. It is a test run simply because we need to test if it is viable first, Your Honors.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
a test run should not even be conducted of something depraved and morally wrong. We cannot test run something that we know will destroy our Filipino youth. We cannot test run. We know the effects already. We have the effects. All our lotto agents and their tellers will be out of job. Who will be going there to the lotto outlets when you can just use your phone? So even the test run is not even viable. I would wish, Mr. Chairman, that we are Christians here, especially the representatives. Pray tonight. Mr. Casas, Banyera, you're a lawyer. You fight for the cause of your client. All of you, you think of the better welfare of our youth and our people. Pray tonight whether you should really be defending this and continuing this. That is what, Mr. Chairman, my concluding statement. Let's all pray that even you in PCSO should know how this will be dangerous to our people and our country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Honorable Rufus Rodriguez, any more questions from
Yes.
us?
But anyway, we know how technology has changed and reshaped a lot of things of how we do things. But I just would like to go back to an article that I read last week about the prediction of 14 million jobs na mawala in the next 10 years because of AI.
Yeah.
And you can imagine if you are successful, okay, and this in turn will kill yung mga taong nagbabantay dyan, yung lahat ng lotto outlets nyo, isipin nyo ilang libong pamilya ang maapektuhan naman. No? So you have to understand that there's may pros and cons talaga yan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Understand.
And something that has to be studied well because there is a very big downside also to this proposal. Moral issues, the children, your existing lotto outlets, which also invested in PCSO. Napakinabangan din naman ng PCSO yung pera nila. Di ba? Tsaka yung hirap nila. So medyo may konting ang problema na sila, kasi ang dating ho talaga sa kanila, okay lang kalaban na yung illegal. Ang problema kung kalaban pa nila kayo, mabigat kami nga nagbigay ng pera, kami nga nagbayad ng fees namin So mabigat nga naman talaga yun. And I understand and we empathize with them. No? So I think the order of the day is the suggestion of the Honorable Rodriguez. No? Na we should really, ito may mga konting soul searching to. Na kailangan pag-aralan mabuti to. And I cannot blame the Honorable Rufus kasi lahat talaga nilabanan niya sa lugar niya and he's been successful. Diba? And you can imagine, paano naman niya labanan kung sa cellphone na lang sila pupusta? Mahirapan na niya labanan niya. Hindi na niya malabanan kasi hindi na kailangan ng physical structure. Diba? Open lahat. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Tambunting. Kung Pancho, wala na. Ako lang, may gusto lang tanongin pa present yung ng PCSO, si Mr. Ramirez and Miss Cereles. You're both IT experts. IT expert. Yeah, IT. Correct. Kayo ba hindi nyo kayang gumawa ng app for PCSO para hindi na i-contract out?
Manpower po of the ITSD, we will still assess kung kaya po ng current team ng ITSD to do this platform po. But given the chance, we will try.
More or less, how much would it cost to create such an app, web-based app?
Our department, kasi sir, is the gaming technology. We are dependent on the ITSD department on how to come up with a technological structure. So it's a matter that I think, haven't really looked into as of now.
But you should try looking it.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Diba dahil para wala na kayong i-share. PCSO na lang lahat ang
Ang web
wala na
app.
kaming magiging dalawa two-pronged. Concern, morality, at the same time, loophole kung ito yung kontrata, kanina magpupunta. Di ba? Kaya, kami, ngayon, talagang
Sir,
kumbaga,
may I ask
yes, Mr.
kung
Guzman.
ilang percent po ang binibigay nila sa present provider namin?
May provider na ba kayo ngayon?
Hindi, sa present provider namin po ngayon sa Lotto, kung ilang percent po binibigay nila?
May IT, yeah. Meron ba?
Under the existing equipment lease agreement, we're giving our providers 6%, Mr. Chair, 6%. 6% of the gross sales to our providers.
6%.
Yes.
Now, Ito
Yes,
yung
existing pa.
dumadaan sa kanila, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Mga magkano, sir, last year, magkano ang total,
I
gross? Ballpark figure na lang para magka-idea rin kami para to put things in proper perspective. Mga ilang billion ba kinita? Kasi
for instance, Mr. Chair, for 2022, gross sales ng Lotto lang, nasa 27 billion.
27.
Yes.
So-
Mr. Chair, we have two providers. One provider is for Luzon, that is the Philippine Gaming Management Corporation or the PGMC. And the other provider caters to Visayas and Mindanao. So
27 billion.
27 billion.
27 billion.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, so yung 6% po ng gross sales for Luzon, yun po ang share ni PGMC, which is the provider for
They
Luzon.
have been your provider from the start.
Sorry.
Ever since yung 642 was launched, sila na
Yes,
ang
they have been the provider since,
and that
since the
was the
start.
rate given to them.
Yes,
as
Your
commission.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
26 billion. Magkano? Hindi ako 6% ng 26 billion.
6%. 26 billion.
6% a year yan. And for how many years has Lotto
So
been?
10% kasi ano na 270 million na.
Kasi,
Mabawasan.
inano ko, bakit di kayo, hindi ko pwedeng bilhin na lang yung app. one time para.
Mr. Chairman, the provider now, provider is 6%. You're going to give 14% to the new provider for the online.
Nakita niyo ba?
Since 1995. Yes, Your Honor.
Pag pina-check natin sa SPC, sino may-ari nung possibly bilyonaryo na yun. Yung korporasyon, yung may-ari ng korporasyon na yun. App lang yun. Baka sila rin ang makagawa ng app para sa online. Hindi, yun.
Wala. Mr. Chair, wala pa ho tayo non applications. We're still yun nga open to applications. But of
Hindi.
course, sir,
Hindi, nakita niyo ba yung where I'm leading to?
Yes.
Yun yung concern namin na isang kumpanya o isang lang sa lahat. And for how many years? Di ba? Na lang yun, diretso na siya from 1995 hanggang ngayon. Kolekta lang siya ng kolekta. Di ba? Sila nga nagpapataya Yung kanya wala nang lugi yun. Kasi hintay ka na lang ng tataya. Papasok. Dumadating na lang. Iba matalino So,
Sir.
yes.
Gusto ko na po tanong kung totoo pong mayroong pending case ang PCSO against po dun sa nanalong bidder before na mag-online. Meron na po before pa. No, before pa po.
Hindi yata sa online yun. Ano yan?
Your Honor, yes, there's a pending case on. One of the reasons bakit hindi siya na up before the time of GM Garma until now.
Anyway, so let's wrap this up para we can proceed to the ano. There be any more questions you wish to ask? So,
Mr. Chairman, Congressman Pancho has signed.
yes, Congresswoman Pancho.
Mr. Chair, having heard all the comments from our resource persons, I recommend for the approval of House Bill 4825, subject to style, including all the recommendations and amendments agreed upon discussion. So I move, Mr. Chair.
There being a motion for the approval of the bill, subject to form and style and the agreements reached in today's hearing. The same is hereby approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We thank our resource persons, and I really hope that we consider really the effects. And no, the other one we can proceed, Mr. Chairman. Very short. Sila pa rin. So for the second, your statement.
With due respect po, no, I mean, I don't like to bring this out, but I came to know that yung before po, sabi, marami po yung nagsabi sa akin na kinat off daw yung 2,000 na machines ng mga lotto agents. So 6,500 na lang yung kaya nilang ibigay. So ang question ko lang po, anong mangyayari po doon sa 2,000 agent na hindi mabibigyan nitong bagong machine? Kasi nanalo po yung ano natin, di ba? Yung PGMC and Pacific Online, sila po talaga dapat yung nag-handle ng lahat ng machine namin. So to my understanding, 8,500 po kami na dapat po hanggat this mean, iisa na lang ang machine namin. Pero ngayon, I was told na wala, 6,500 lang daw po yung makakabitan kasi pina-cut off daw po yung 2,000 machines. I mean, Sir Arnel.
PCSO,
Yeah, please.
can you reply to the question of Ms. Javier?
Opo.
Punta tayo sa isa na parang.
Kaya ano po, bothered kami. Kung may kinalaman ito dun sa ano, diba, dun sa online.
Oh. Yeah. PCSO?
Nawala sila.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, when we transition to PCSO lottery system, now this will be a fixed payment, monthly payment, because this was the result of a public bidding. Yung RA 9184 don't allow yung commission, yung 6% sa system provider. Now with that, considering that we now have this fixed payment, it's stipulated in the agency agreement with the online lotto agents or lottery agents that PCSO has the right to check the performance of their sales o yung mga nabibenta. So based on the record, nakita po namin na there are many lotto outlets na nakatenga lang yung terminal, lotto terminals, and may mga sales like 100, 500 pesos, 1,000. This we need to study and check. So to properly impose yung sales quota of the PCSO as implemented.
Ma'am, I'd like to make comments on that. When we were traveling in Bisping, we came to know that many of the lotto agents there sometimes closes their outlet because their machine isn't good, isn't functioning. We've done this several times in a radio program, telling PCSO to help these agents to have a better machine. Some of them, talaga pong they wanted to sell, especially during jackpot na malaki. And then ang nangyayari po, yung machine nila po, which belongs to Pacific Online, pag ni-report po nila ngayon, sometimes it takes about 3 weeks, 2 weeks before they get attended to. Pagdating po doon ng machine, sira pa din. So hindi pa rin sila nakakapagpataya. So kaya most of them, they're just hanging on kasi they're waiting for na magkaroon po sila ng panibagong machine, which is ngayon ngayon lang po magiging parang inaasahan nila na maging kaparehas ng machine namin sa Luzon, yung machine nila. parang na-slice off po sila. So nagtatanong sila ngayon, ma'am, ba't kami sinusulatan dito na isa-isa na pag hindi namin in-improve po yung ano. Actually, I came the first message from Mindanao, Vismin, na they're saying na okay naman po naman kami sana kung okay yung machine namin, bebenta kami ng maayos. Pero for the longest period of time, nakailang termino na po ng ano, parang more than 12 years na silang nagsasuffer na yung machine nila hindi po na-address. Kaya when I became president, I traveled po talaga dyan sa Vismin to know their problems kasi dapat po mas marami pa po talaga silang sales. Kasi importante lahat ng mga natulungan ng PCSO, tumataya po talaga yun sa loto. Paano kung sira nga yung machine nila, hindi sila makakapagpataya. So yun po yung factor. Hindi po dahil mahina ang sales sila, meron pa po diyang illegal, tinatabihan po sila ng ano. Dapat po talaga yung PCSO, yun ang inasikaso nila. Tigil yung illegal para gumanda yung sales ng loto.
Mr.
Thank you.
Casas, was there any action from your office to fix their machine or replace their machine?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman. That's the very purpose of the upgrading to PCSO lottery system. Sir.
You don't penalize trying to remove 2,000 whose problem is not really the actual sales, but there was an impediment of a very bad machine, and you're not able to immediately effect. Sometimes comes to my mind is that the new management would want to change them for their own people. Kasi what is the reason why will not give a chance, give a new equipment and give a chance to these holders? Matagal na sila holders dyan eh. Tapos kunin yung 2,000. Tapos baka iba dyan. So ang akin lang dyan, Mr. Casas, can you confer, these are things that you should be able to be able to have consultations with the lotto agents. Can we have, Mr. Casas, have that and let them be able to tell you that 2,000, karamihan dyan the provider has not been able to change the machine. Can you promise that you will be able to listen to our lotto agents association?
Yes, Mr. Chairperson, we will do consultation with them. But also we would like to add that the very reason why we wanted sana to impose a particular ceiling for the sales kasi the PCS have been shouldering the supplies, particularly bed slips and the thermal rolls, which is also
you have
costly.
to provide that.
Yes,
Provide that.
free of charge. So it will no longer be profitable or will not raise revenue if they sell if the sales of the outlet is below the sales quota. So, but you can be assured that we will have a consultation with the sales agent.
Of House Bill number 4824, Comsec. Pakibasa yung title ng House Bill number 4824.
Title.
Wala po. After. House Bill number 4824 entitled An Act Amending Republic Act number 1169, otherwise known as an act providing for charity sweepstakes, horse races, and lotteries, principally authored by Representative Rufus B. Rodriguez.
Mr. Chairman, we are trying to democratize and have more safeguards in our board. And right now, the board would seem that there's not much, participation from the lotto agents. They're not there, and ex-officio members should be there. So I would move that this be considered instead of two members from the Lotto Association, only one. And then we provide ex-officio members so that we are able to make sure revenue is always up. Secretary, we put the Secretary of the Department of Finance. We also add, it should be an amendment to my motion. Next will be the Secretary of the Department of Interior and Local Government. This policy matter, police matter. We will also ask the Department of Justice Secretary to be ex officio and finally, the Department of Health, because the PCO is for the health. So we're going to add five more. So we add one instead of five. We will add another 6 more. Sir Chairman, 6 more. So it's official, yeah. Make it 11.
Maging 11.
11. So
Para
we have the
number.
benefit of the representatives of the secretaries. Again, Secretary of Finance. Number 2, Secretary of the ALG, Secretary of Justice, Secretary of Health, 1 member of the Lotto Association, not anymore 2, but only 1. And lastly, the representative of the OGCC, so that they will already be there to be able to help that their actions will all be legal. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. There's
Mr. Chair, with the absence of the resource persons, I move to ask for another meeting to deliberate on this matter.
I agree, Mr. Chairman. So with that, on record now, these are the new 6 members to the 5 original members ex officio. So in that next meeting for this bill 4824, we hope that the chairman and the general manager will be present. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
okay, so final matter before before we
Saying no
adjourn.
matters.
Before we adjourn, we'll deliberate on House Resolution number 988. It's a resolution congratulating and commending former 3 Division World Champion John Riel Casimero
Yeah.
for winning the WBO Global Super Bantamweight title last May 13. The same was referred to the committee on May 22. So para maging relevant, do I hear any motion to adopt House Resolution number 988 and a motion to approve and submit for the committee report of the same? Any motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that the
Adoption.
explanatory note of House Bill
988.
988 be adopted as the sponsorship remarks of Congressman Teves.
Second motion.
Okay, there being a motion duly seconded and there being no objection, the motion is carried.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Sponsorship remark.
Sponsorship lang. Okay, so the sponsorship remark of Congressman Teves is here as the sponsorship speech for the bill. So any motion to approve the resolution?
I move to approve, Mr. Chairman. That resolution congratulating Casimiro. He was in the plenary and I was able to greet him, giving honor to our country.
Second.
And I gave him also some cash.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there being a motion duly seconded, there being no objection, the motion is carried.
Committee report, sir.
Meron pa rin?
Oo, kasi para ma-submit na natin.
Yes, yes. For the bill?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, before we adjourn. Ito na.
Committee report.
May number ba ito?
A number pa.
As is,
As
without amendments, approval of the committee.
we'd like to para i-approve na natin sir
Yes.
itong resolution.
Resolution, yes. Move for the approval of the committee report on the resolution.
Author dito.
Yes,
Include namin kayo.
yeah. We request that they be co-author for the resolution, including Councilman Pancho, congratulating our champion, Casimiro.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so the motion duly seconded, we adopt committee report number
On House Resolution number
988. Yeah, approve na to.
I also move that we approve already committee resolution 4824. So that you already in advance approve, yes, House Bill 4824, 425, 25, the one. 4825, kanina, committee report. So move, Mr. Chairman, that committee report be approved on 4825.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
To approve the committee
Committee
report.
report.
Ayusin natin.
Subject to style, sir.
Subject to style, yes. So,
natin kanina.
yeah, naproved kanina, but the committee report will be approved also,
Yeah.
even now, so that we can bring it already to the plenary. Thank you.
No, there being no more.
Saying no matters to discuss, I move for the adjournment of this meeting.
Second motion.
Again, thank you to all the members. Nag-second nga. Before we adjourn, thank you to our resource persons. Sarami po for your time.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman. Yes, thank you.
Ngayon lang naging mga mga seto. Meetings adjourned.